Just today I found out that Daiso, a Japanese dollar store, carries fishing lures, so I had to go and check them out. And interestingly, I found some really cool looking lures. All these are Finesse lures, and the maximum weight is on this particular pencil lure, which is about 5 grams. Other than that, like most of them are about like 1.8 to 3.5 grams, and then the plastic ones, I don't think they have any weight to them. They would be under 1 gram. I'll open each one of these lures and give you a detailed review of what I think about these lures. So let's get into it. So let's check out our first lure. And I really like this spoon. That says Spoon Lure Iska Spoon. Probably that's the name of the company. And on it says the weight is 1.8 grams or 1/16 ounce. It has something written in Japanese. I believe that's the English translation for it. Where it says fluttering motion attracts fish. Well, obviously spoons are designed for that. And obviously it's a pack of two. One is the mustard color and the other one is the silver. Those are really cool looking colors that work under different conditions. On the back of the packaging, well, there's mostly Chinese or Japanese. I'm not really sure which language is that. Well, it says made in China, so I believe that's Chinese, but again, I could be wrong because Daiso is a Japanese dollar store. So it says how to tie the spoon. Well, it says to use a snap, and then it says depending on the situation, change the speed of retrieve to entice fish. Well, that's really cool. Actually, most of the lures that I got from AliExpress, it doesn't have anything much written on it. So like a pack of lure which costed me about like $2.5 Canadian, having all these instructions, I'm really liking it. But the material, it says body copper alloy hook, carbon steel. There's some safety instructions on how to use fishing lures with hooks. Let me open this and show it to you guys. Well, they look pretty well made, well built. Let's check the quality of the hook. Oh yeah, I think those are decent hooks, sharp enough. It's digging into my nails. And then, yeah, those are pretty light, so casting them on a BFS gear would be a challenge. And I like challenges. Who doesn't, right? Okay, so let's go on to our next lure, which are these jigs. I got 3 of them, 2.5 gram in green color, and then 3.5 gram in green color, and then the black one in 3.5 gram. Again, I think like it's made by the same company, Iska Artificial, or yeah, I think like that's the name of the company, and it clearly says bass fishing. So that's good. I know like Japanese, they take their fishing very seriously. So I'm pretty sure these lures are pretty good. On the back, it again says like how to tie the jig. It says tie the main line and then attach worm sold separately to the hook. Well, that's pretty good. Wash the product with clean water and dry well. Well, they have aftercare instructions after fishing instructions. I have never seen anything, even on those branded lures that I paid more than $10. This really some detailed information about these jigs. Let me open one quickly. Well, actually, I did open this one already, so let me get it out. Wow, I am liking it already. It even has a weed guard, a wire weed guard to it. For a 3.5 gram jig to have a weed guard, wow, that's exceptional. I think this will work wonderfully. It has a round jig head as opposed to the football jig, and the hook on this one is pretty tiny. So I don't know what I need to put on it. I'll have to go through my tackle box and find something smaller which floats. I think that'll work good with this one. So let's go on to the next bait, which is this stick bait. Again, Iska stick bait. I'm guessing that's the name of the company. I'm pretty sure about it because it's mentioned almost everywhere on every single lure. Well, I've never used anything other than Senko before, so I don't know what the quality of these ones will be. It's only a pack of 4. These are not really cheap because it's about 50 cents for each one of them. And it's a 2.99 inches, almost 3 inches. Doesn't have much on the front. Let's go on the back. Well, on the back it says, oh wow, it says how to Texas rig the worm. It has all the details. If you have been bass fishing and you don't know how to tie Texas rig, well, there's instructions for you on how to do it. Again, it says the same aftercare instructions and some safety instructions too. Well, it says the body is polyvinyl chloride, pretty sure some form of plastic. Other than that, it has some warning, which is good, and it's made in China. I think that's the green pumpkin color, the most promised color. For the Senko, it's all in the fall, like how the stake bait falls in the water, and I think this one looks pretty decent. Can't tell without having it tested on the water. I'm curious whether this one floats, because it is so lightweight, and I think it is hollow. Well, I could be wrong. It might have pretty decent action to it. Pretty sure this one will catch me some bass. There is nothing much I want to talk about this one. I'm liking it. Well, let's keep this aside and go on to our next lure. This is the one that I'm most excited about. This is Pintail worm. I've never seen anything like this ever before. And it's so tiny. It's 5 mm or 2.16 inches, but then like if you look at the whatever that is, the tail, that's about 1.5 inches by itself. So that leaves another inch for whatever that tube thing is. It says target wide range of fish with 2 color rotation, eye-catching color, and natural color combination set. It has some, I don't know what kind of fish this is. It looks like a pollock to me. And this one looks like a sea bass. It says pictures is for illustrative purposes only. On the back it says how to rig this one. It says pierce a hook, sold separately. The Cinderella is saying that you just use it on a jig head. It even says how to work it. So it says let the lure sink to the targeted depth and reel in slowly to attract fish. Then again, it has some safety and warning instructions on it. Made in China. Let me open this one and we'll see what it feels and what it looks like. This is really, really tiny. I think I might catch a sunfish, maybe a crappie on it. But I'm not really confident about this one because this is smaller than my pinky finger over here. Even if you look at the tail itself, that's probably half of the lure. So this is the smallest jig head that I have. And I think it's big for it. Well, let's see. Is that how it is supposed to look? I doubt it. Yeah. Well, threading this in is difficult than threading an actual live worm. Is that how it should look like? I don't have much confidence on this one, to be honest. We'll see. Just out of curiosity, I took this one and tested this in my wash basin. And it doesn't even float, so I don't know what the purpose of this one is. Well, will be interesting to see. And the challenge would be casting this one. That's probably just 1.1 gram. But again, it has a jig head to it, so maybe I might be able to cast it. We'll see tomorrow. Finally, the last one is this sinking pencil lure. It says for saltwater fishing only, and it says sardine on it. But I think it might work for bass too. It says moves much like real fish. And again, something written in Japanese, Chinese. I'm really sorry, like I don't know which language is that. It says 60 mm or 2.36 inches, and it's 5.5 gram. On the back, it says like how to tie this knot. This is totally new knot to me. Tie the main line to the split ring, and cast a lure. Well, it says to tie the main line to the lure and not to use a snap, which I use most of the time. And again, some aftercare instructions and some warnings. So that's all we got from Daiso. I'll be taking all these on water tomorrow, and I'll be testing in a local pond where they have bass and sunfish, pumpkin seed in it. Will be interesting to see. Thank you guys for watching.